This is a story I heard from a friend, the eyewitness during our university days. After class one day, my friend and I decided to go drinking somewhere, and ended up at a pub near his place. We talked about school and had some drinks, really getting into the mood. We decided to continue drinking at my friend's apartment. He lived alone in a corner apartment with a shitetemi kitchen, tetemi main room, and a shitetemi loft right above the kitchen accessed by a staircase. He used the loft with bedding laid out as his bedroom. We bought some beer at the convenience store and kept drinking into the night, with no intention of stopping, since I hadn't visited in a while. I was looking around while seated and noticed an off-Yuta charm on the staircase to the loft. I jokingly asked my friend what it was for, and he said it was one his parents had sent him. That's when he told me about an incident that happened in the apartment. As usual, he went up to the loft to sleep, crawled into the laid-out bedding and dozed off, tired after university and his part-time job. He fell asleep quickly. After some hours, he awoke to a noise, figuring it was a neighbor in the apartment complex, and exhausted. He covered his head with the futon and tried to resume sleeping. But the next night, he again woke to a noise in the middle of the night. The sound was like the din of people coming and going in a lobby or waiting room. A mix of chatter and footsteps. Still groggy from sleep, he couldn't make out the voices. The following night, he again woke to the same din. Fed up with it continuing nightly, he decided to properly confirm if the neighbors were making noise before complaining. Lying still under the futon, he listened closely. As his head cleared, he noticed something off about the sounds. Since his room was a corner unit, it should only have one adjacent unit, yet the sounds seemed to come from both sides. Listening intently, he realized the noise didn't come from the sides, no matter how he thought about it. The source had to be his tetemi main room below, and it only reached the loft from both sides due to the echo, with nothing physically restraining him. He nervously peeked down from the loft into the tetemi room. It was packed full of people in white clothes staring up at him. Watching from the loft, they glowed faintly blue-eyed, swaying lightly side to side. Stunned by the sight, my friend froze, rigidly facing them for a while, before scrambling back under the covers, trembling in fear. But somehow, he fell asleep. When he called his parents about it, they sent him the off-Yuta charm, and after it arrived, nothing else happened. Until then, he was too scared to sleep at home and stayed over at various friends' places, thinking those white-clad figures had stood right where I was sitting. Gave me such a fright I instantly sobered up.